Hi, I'm Ryan Howsam and this is the Power Of series. This is about the power of negotiation and why it's incredibly important to be able to negotiate for your business. If you think about it, when you're up against other companies, if you haven't got the same deal they've got or a better deal, then you're not going to be able to compete. So I'm going to give you some tips and hints on how to negotiate and get the best deal for you. First of all, I'll sell the vision of what it is that I'm about. So I'll get them excited that we can really deliver for them. And then the next thing that I'll do is I'll find out what is the best deal by asking them, well, look, let's just suppose I was your largest customer. What deal would I be able to get then? And what that will do is it'll put them a little bit off guard because they won't realise that you're about to ask them for that deal. Then what I'll do is I'll find out what that is, I'll find out where we are now, and I'll say, well, look, the real thing here is, in order for me to be able to compete with the players that you've already got in the market, you're setting me at a disadvantage. So we need to come up with a way to get me on the rung of the ladder that they're on. If you do that, I'll market the hell out of this and I'll really make it work. And that's how I would go about it. I have had situations where the other party didn't want to know, but I think that's a failing of the start of the negotiation. What you've really got to do is sell your vision. If you don't get them excited and interested in the fact that you're going to be able to deliver volume for them, then you're not going to be able to negotiate with them. So that's actually the starting point. I think the best way to approach any negotiation is to think of a win-win. If you can imagine that with any negotiation you can win and you can lose. There's two sides of it. So what I like to do is put myself in the position of the person that I'm negotiating with and think about what is it that they want. And then I'll think about what is it that I want, and I'll try and come to some type of structure that will win for them and win for us. Yeah, I think one of the examples very early on was when I had a company that was specialising in hotel rooms. This was an early company that was doing hotel broking, a little bit like hotels.com many years ago. And I turned up at this company and they had huge clients at the time and we were pretty much nobody. And in this scenario, I used exactly the situation that I said before, where I really got them sold on the fact that we were going to deliver, how we were going to deliver, but we had a really compelling proposition and we'd eked out a part of the market. And in this scenario, we were focusing on the Spanish market, and it was a brand that we had called Go to Spain. And the fact that we had this unique proposition that was about Spain, or the content was about Spain, gave us a real advantage. So then we just turned it and said, well, ultimately, in order to be able to compete in the Spanish market, we're going to need the deal that the rest of the suppliers that are working with you, or the retailers that are selling your product are going to be able to get. And what I actually did at the end of this is I said, look, I really want to work with you, but if you can't give me the deal that they're on, I won't be able to compete with them, which will mean that I'll lose money getting there. That's not going to help you and that's not going to help us. Ultimately, that's not something I'm going to do. So the ball's really in your court. Give me their deal and we've got a deal. The important thing here is when you do something like this, shut up. Don't say anything, wait for the answer. However excruciatingly painful it will feel like, just wait. When you're waiting, the pressure will be on them. The first one to talk loses, so don't forget that. My philosophy is that you've always got to look for a win-win. I think perhaps Amazon and some of those companies started out in that area. They needed to really get going, but then they've slowly turned the screw. So, ultimately it's just not the way I do business. I think that they're obviously very successful models, and I think if you're starting off like an Amazon and a company, you're going to have to go after a win-win, and if you change your mind afterwards and you become the dominant player, then you can do that. But you can only really do that from a dominant position. You can't do it from a position of not being dominant. If everybody needs your supply, your services, then you can negotiate harder. So are they really taking advantage, or are they just negotiating with the position that they've got? The three main things that I would look to do in negotiation are, firstly, sell your vision, get them excited and make sure you've got them on side. The second thing is look for a win-win. What is it you think they're looking for? What are you looking for? And what's the win-win in the relationship? And then the third thing is know what the top and bottom of the deal is, and then go for the top. So once more, sell your vision, look for a win-win, and go for the top. And don't forget, when you ask for the deal, shut up. I hope you enjoyed that episode and you got something out of it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on social media.